and wake everything up. Let's see how our back is. As we press the feet down, lift the toes and slowly press the low back down. At the same time, feel the shoulder blades pressing down. And let's reach the arms out and then up as we slowly, slowly lift the hips and start to lengthen the whole back up and down. And we're going to do a few more of these with the angel arms. And let's do one more, and we're going to hold everything up and take some deep breaths. And at the same time, let's lengthen our fingers and then make fists. And do that a couple of times, lengthening the fingers and making fists. And then we're going to slowly roll the hips down and bring the hands behind our head. And then a right knee to the left elbow. And let's do a few of these, lengthening the whole spine, side to side. Let's do one more to each leg. And then we're going to do regular crunches, lifting and lowering. And let's start to straighten the legs up as we lift the chest, bend, and do a few more. And two more like this. And let's do some regular bicycles, elbow to knee, and stretch the leg out. And a few more. And then last one. And now we're going to put our head down, feet down, and roll the hips up. Let's walk our shoulder blades closer together and breathe deeply into the belly. And last deep breath. And we're going to roll down and reach the arms out and do our twist, knees gently over to the right and head slowly turning to the left. And take a few more breaths. And let's reach our left arm up over our head and then out to the side and do a couple more. And take another deep breath. And let's roll the legs over to the left. We're going to do the same thing. Head turns to the right. First of all, take a couple of breaths here. Feel that lengthening with the right arm. And when you're ready, start to reach the arms up, or that right arm up over your head and out to the side. And we're going to do one more. And then one more breath. And let's come back to the center. We're going to roll the hips up again and take 3 more breaths. See if you can lift the hips even more. And then let's slide the ball underneath our back. And we're going to start with some hula hoop hips. And just keep the feet down for a second and feel that stretch all the way through the spine as you shift with like a hula hoop. And then go in the opposite direction. And then let's bring the legs up 90 degrees. And we're going to take them out and in and up, straight up. And keep going, so out and in and up. Squeezing the legs together. Let's do a few more. And we're going to add on, as the legs go out, we're going to lift the arms straight ahead, chest up, and then arms over the head as the legs go up. Squeezing our legs together, so a little bit more balance through the hips and the shoulder blades. And let's do 3 more. And then we're going to reach the legs up, hold the shins, and do our forward fold on our back and breathe. And a couple more slow breaths, pressing the back down on the ball. And let's try our half happy baby, left foot down, holding the right foot. And 3 more breaths. And then we're going to switch and hold the left and press our right foot down. And 3 more breaths. And then let's hug both knees in. So we're going to hug the back of our legs, the thighs, and breathe, rolling the shoulders down, and 3 more breaths. And now we're going to bring the arms down, palms up, stretch the legs straight up, and point and flex the feet. And then circling our feet, waking up the ankles, and then in the opposite direction. And now we're going to open the legs out and slowly in, stretching through the whole back of the leg. And let's start to add on, reaching the arms through the legs and over the head as the legs close. And a couple more. And then regular happy baby, and breathe into the back and the hips. And we're going to roll the shoulder blades down, and 3 slow breaths. And let's do Baddha Konasana, bringing our feet together. And then we're going to put our feet down again and roll back up. So stretching even more. So keep the ball, or kind of keep the ball where you are. See if you can walk the shoulder blades closer, whatever, maybe your fingers are underneath your feet, but lifting higher and breathing deeply. And another deep breath. So we're going to put our back down on the ball and keep the arms where they are. So palms are facing up, or maybe you can clasp your hands. Stretch the legs straight out on the mat, flex the feet. So a little pelvic tilt as you roll the shoulder blades down. And just feel the hip flexors opening, and a couple more breaths. And then we're going to bring the feet back down to the mat, arms out to the side. Take a deep breath, just kind of feel what's happening in your spine. And then we're going to bring the legs, the knees up again, 90 degrees, and slowly take the knees just a little to the right. We're balancing on the ball, so we're not going very far. Finding that center, and then over to the left. And keep pressing the right hip down on the ball. And back to the center. We're going to bring the feet down now as we lift up the hips and take the ball out. And let's see if we can lift our right leg up and lengthen. Put the foot down and the left. Now we're going to clasp our hands underneath us. Walk the shoulder blades closer. We're going to try it again. So right leg lifts up and put the foot down and the left. Let's try that one more time. The right and the left. Really good. So lifting up even higher now with the hips. And a couple more breaths. And let's release the hands, rolling the hips down and feeling the lengthening in the spine. And then let's roll over to the side, and we're going to come on up. And let's sit cross-legged and take a couple of breaths, just feeling the spine. Close your eyes, just notice and feel. Feel the spine lengthening and all the places in the back that are opening up. And then we're going to slowly twist to the right. And then slowly twist to the left. And let's come forward, inching our fingers forward and lengthening the whole spine. We're going to walk the arms to the right, keeping the left hip down. And then over to the other side. And back to the center. Let's come on up, right hand down and left arm over. And let's do a few of these, slowly coming side to side as you lengthen the spine. And last time to each side. And now we're going to come to the center again and twist to the right, rolling the shoulders down. Reaching the right arm up and lengthening toward the left leg. And let's take a few breaths here. And we're going to come back up, bring the right arm down and twist to the left. Take a deep breath. Now the left arm comes up and reaches toward the right leg. And one more breath. And let's come on up. Back to the center. We're going to clasp our hands behind us, roll the shoulders up, back and down, and lean to the right, and lengthen the whole side. And let's go over to the other side, leaning to the left, rolling the shoulders down. And back to the center, and hinge forward a little bit. Arms come off of the back. Just a couple more breaths. And we're going to come back up and reach the arms up. And let's clasp our hands over the head, so lengthening through the arms. And take another deep breath, feeling the hips pressing down. And let's reach the arms all the way out and coming down. And we're going to come on over to hands and knees and do some cat-cows. And a couple more. And now we've got a neutral spine. Let's reach the arms up over our head and lengthen. A little back bend. Another deep breath. And we're going to bring our hands down and come into puppy pose, reaching the arms forward, hips are up. And let's take 3 more breaths. And then down into Sphinx. And we're going to see if we can lengthen as we look up, lengthening the belly, and then chin toward the chest. And try that again, inhaling as we lengthen and look up. Exhaling, chin toward the chest. And now neutral, and take another slow breath. And let's curl the toes under, and we're coming into our half arm plank. And 2 more breaths. And let's come into our child's pose and sit back on our heels. And let's reach the arms to the right. And then over to the left. and to the center. Let's come into our downward dog. And we're going to come up on our toes, bend the knees. And let's walk to the top of our mat. And do a little bending and straightening. So maybe you're holding your feet, but we're going to take our chest to our thighs and do that a couple more times, coming a little bit lower in the hips. And then let's come all the way up, reaching up. And hands to our heart, rolling the shoulders down. Let's twist the upper body to the right and then to the left. Back to the center, inhale up. Forward fold and step the right leg back for the lunge. And take a deep breath here. And then let's lift that left arm up for our twist. And come back to down dog. And right leg lifts up and steps forward. And the left, halfway up, forward fold, and inhale up. And hands to our heart, roll the shoulders down, twist the upper body to the left, and then to the right. Back to the center, inhale up, forward fold, and now the right leg steps back, left leg steps back. Take another breath, and let's lift the right arm up. And let's come into our downward dog. Now left leg lifts up and steps forward, and the right, halfway up, forward fold, and inhale up, and hands to our heart, and let's inhale our arms up, and come into our forward fold. We're going to take 3 slow breaths in our forward fold. Feel the head releasing. Even in the hips, you can bend the knees a little bit. And let's step back now and into our plank pose. And lengthen. And then chaturanga, we're going to come all the way down. And 5 cobras. And 1 more. So now let's take our hands and bring them underneath our thighs. And we're going to lengthen as we point the toes, lift the right leg up, stretching the leg, bringing it down, and then the left. Just notice what muscles are working and tendons. We're going to bring the left one down. Let's try it again. Right leg up. Keep holding. And then bring it down and switch. Left leg up. And then left leg down. Now we're going to lift everything up, inhaling up, exhaling down. 4 more. And we've got 1 more. And let's press back to child's pose. And And we're going to sit up on our heels and twist to the right. And then twist to the left. We're going to come back to the center. So we're going to bring our hips up here. Might be a little early in the game, but let's lift the hips even just a little bit, stretching the quads. Take another breath. And then we're going to come into table. So however you get there, we just want to be in table so we can lift our right leg up. And then the left. This time we're going to cross the right foot over the left thigh, 5 tricep push-ups. And uncross, and we're going to switch. So left leg lifts up, crosses over the right thigh, 5 tricep push-ups. And then uncross, and let's bring our rear ends down, and we're going to bring our feet in that big V and forward fold, hinging and breathing and lengthening. Feeling the movement in your spine. And 2 more breaths. And then we're going to come on up and let's straighten our legs out and roll the shoulders down. And we're going to cross our right leg over the left, twist to the right. And we're coming back to the center, uncrossing, lengthening the right leg down, and let's go to the other side, left leg over the right, twist to the left. And last deep breath. And let's come back to the center. So we're going to put our feet down and hold the back of our thighs. Roll the shoulders down. So we're getting ready to do boat, but I thought we would just do boat a little bit more easily. So if you feel that there's balance, you can start to lean back a little bit, lift the legs up. So we're holding the back of the thighs. Take another breath. And then we're going to put the feet back down. And if you want to go farther, you could. You could just reach the arms out and take the legs out. Otherwise, do a few of those where you're holding the back of your thighs. And 2 more. And now we're going to put our feet down. Let's come back to our table pose and really lift up through the hips and look up to the ceiling. And then we're going to come forward to a squat. And take a few breaths. If you can, bring your hands to your heart and press the legs into the elbows. And 2 more breaths. Now we're going to put our hands down and lift up in a forward fold. Wherever you are, release the head. And let's come all the way up to standing, reaching up. Hands to our heart, and we're going to take 3 breaths here, rolling the shoulders down. So now let's lift the right knee up, and we're going to do our can-can, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and warrior 3, right leg back. And then come into warrior 1, taking the leg all the way back, arms up for 3 breaths. Arms reach forward, right hand down, left arm up. And both arms up with our palms together. And let's clasp our hands behind us, humble warrior, and feel that lengthening forward fold. Let's come up in our back bend, opening the throat. And arms reach out and up, warrior 1, take a deep breath. And we're going to step forward and bring our hands to our heart. Feel the difference in each side. Now let's take the left knee up. Can, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and warrior 3, left leg back. And then all the way back, warrior 1, arms up for 3 breaths. Arms reach forward, left fingers down, right arm up. Let's bring our arms up, palms together over our head, deeper into the hip. And then humble warrior, clasping our hands behind us and forward fold. And let's come in our back bend and open the heart. And arms reach out and up, warrior 1. Now we're going to step forward, bring our hands to our heart, and then inhale up, exhale, forward fold, step the right leg back, and we're going to start to straighten the left leg. Let's do a few rocking horses, keeping the left foot down. Just easy does it. And one more. And just hold that straight leg for a couple of breaths in pyramid. And let's bend that leg, step back, down dog, and right leg lifts up and steps forward, and the left. And let's come into Utkatasana, and then twist to the right, cross the arm over, and twist to the left. Back to Utkatasana. And coming all the way up to standing. And hands to our heart. And inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. And let's try that on the left side. Left leg steps back. And we're going to do our rocking horses, keeping the right foot down. And 2 more, nice and slowly. And releasing the head as well. Now we're going to hold this pyramid pose. And a couple more breaths. And then release and step back. Downward dog. Left leg lifts up and steps forward. And the right. Let's come halfway up. Forward fold. And inhale up. And hands to our heart. And we're going to come into dancer. So we're going to hold the right foot, lifting the right knee up, and bringing the left arm up when you're ready. And 3 more breaths. And then let's release and bring our right foot down and switch. And right arm comes up. And take 3 slow breaths. And then left foot down, forward fold. Back to down dog. 3 breaths here. And right leg lifts up. Let's step it forward to a high lunge, reaching the arms out and up. And we're going to take our palms together over our head and elbows wide. Lean to the right, little side stretch, and over to the left. Back to the center, reaching the arms up, and back to down dog. And take a breath. And we're going to switch sides. Left leg lifts up. Let's step it forward for our high lunge on this side. Arms come out and up. Palms together over our head, elbows wide. Lean to the left a little bit. Over to the right. Back to the center. Arms reach up. Take a deep breath. Let's come back to our down dog. Take another breath. And right leg lifts up. Let's come into warrior 2. We're going to take a few more breaths here, coming deeper into the hips. And we're going to lengthen or hover the right fingers down on the inside of the right foot as we reach the left arm up. Now we're going to take the left arm behind our back, and we haven't tried this in a while, so let's see if we can hold whatever we can reach under there and roll the chest open. And then we're going to release and come back to our warrior 2. And then reverse. And warrior 2. And then Trikonasana. Let's come into half moon and lift the left leg up. And back to Trikonasana. And 3 breaths. And we're going to come all the way up. Let's clasp our hands over our head and lean to the right and over to the left and to the center. And let's come into our regular wide-legged forward fold and then transverse lunges side to side. And we're going to bend the legs here in the center, coming into the hips a little bit more. Come up on our fingertips, roll the shoulders down. And then let's come all the way up, reaching up, a little back bend. And warrior 2, left foot out. we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we're going to lengthen the left fingers down, hover them down on the left foot, right arm up. Feel that lengthening with the right arm. Let's take the right arm behind us, and then when you're ready, see if you can, whatever you can grab or not grab. And a couple more breaths. Let's come back to our warrior two. And reverse. And then warrior two to Trikonasana, straightening the left leg. Another couple of breaths. And into our half moon. Back to Trikonasana for 3 breaths. And let's come all the way up, and we're going to reach up and then clasp our hands behind us and come into our forward fold. Inhale and exhale, arms come off of our back. Let's do our transverse lunges just one time to the right and to the left. Back to the center and come all the way up. And we're going to reach up and come into our goddess pose, turning the feet out, elbows open and close. And 3 more breaths. And let's inhale up, come back to our down dog, and take 3 breaths. We're going to walk to the top of our mat. And let's take a couple of breaths in our forward fold. And then we're going to come all the way up, reaching up, hands to our heart. And let's walk the legs and the feet together and cross the right knee over the left knee, left elbow over the right for our eagle pose, forward fold. And 2 more breaths. And let's slowly come back up and uncross and take a deep breath. And now let's go to the other side, left knee over the right, right elbow over the left, and forward fold. And breathe. And 2 more breaths. And now we're going to slowly come on up and uncross. And let's bring our arms down by our sides and roll our shoulders down and take another couple of breaths. Feeling the difference in the body. Now we're going to come in our squat. And find something comfortable that needs to open. Whatever you want to do. Let's take 3 more breaths. And let's slowly, slowly roll down on our back. And we're going to bring our knees to our chest and shift the hips a little or make circles. And try that in both directions. And then feet come down. Let's see about our back. Let's roll the hips up and breathe, feeling the feet pressing down. Now we're going to slowly roll the hips down, and we're going to cross the right knee over the left knee, rolling the legs to the left, and just let the hips release and breathe. Feel free to close your eyes. And 2 slow breaths. And now we're going to come back to the center and uncross and take the left knee over the right and let the legs come to the right and breathe. And let's take 2 more breaths. And then we're going to release and come back to the center. And let's slowly, slowly uncross and bring the legs down. We're going to come into our final pose of Shavasana and breathe. Feeling the lengthening and all of the circulation in our body. Nice slow inhales and exhales as your spine lengthens and relaxes, and you feel deep gratitude to Mother Earth for supporting your body. And with each inhale, we're bringing in beautiful energy and vitality for good health for every cell and molecule of our body. And as we focus ourselves into the solar plexus with our breath, we're feeling that beautiful energy, sunshine coming into our body for good health, for all of our inner organs, and into the heart, feeling peace in our heart. And we're wishing our homes and families peace, our communities peace, and our brothers and sisters all over the world peace. And let's slowly start to inhale more deeply and wiggle our fingers and our toes. And take your time here. Make some circles with the hands and the feet. And we're going to slowly reach the arms over the head and stretch and roll to the side. And take a couple of breaths on the side and just notice. And we're going to keep our eyes closed as we sit up, and we're going to bring our hands to our heart to seal in our practice and just feel. Feel the right side and the left side, the sun and the moon in balance. more breath. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Happy Monday to you all. Glad you're here. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Bye.
Another great class. Thank you.
Thank you.
Start the beautiful day, beautiful class. Bye-bye.
Beautiful.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.